wherever you are, whatever you're doing, shoot for the sun, and whatever you do, because even if you miss, you'll land among the stars, and that is a great place to be.
Welcome, everybody, to the JeffMara podcast. If you are listening to this podcast in your car or on your iPod, this will also be on YouTube on the JeffMara podcast channel. So if you want to see the video of that, you can check it out there as well. Today's guest is Mike Krysiuk. Mike had a personal tragedy and came back from the edge of death for many important purposes. He is now the author of the book, The Big One. Hello, Mike, and welcome to the podcast. Thank you for giving me some time today to share with us your story.
Yes, yes. It's quite an interesting story. I wanted to be in the cool crowd at school.
Sure.
Only part of the in crowd and get the girls.
Who doesn't?
I'm 6'4". I was about 6 feet then, and I was like awkward around girls. Like the tongue would swell up and hello, how are you? I can't, I couldn't talk around women. And there was this one girl I had a liking for, and then I would get part of the in crowd. I see where they have all the girls. He has a party over his house. Had a refrigerator in his room. My friend Ted, and I figured I'd get into this group. Ted was a bunch of them. Ted, Jim, Dave, Barrett, and I, and Brian was another friend of mine. And I was on the baseball team because there was a baseball game that day. And I went to my classes, and after I went out and tried to get my uniform, and I knew the scout was there, but this guy was Jeff. His name was Jeff. He was pitcher, and he got rocked. He got bombed.
Wow.
And so the coach tells me to go warm up. I go, all right. I said probably third, fourth inning, the scout's going to leave. He's not going to watch these crazy games. So I pitched the rest of the game. I held it. It was like 12-1 when I went in there. It came back. It was 12-10. Bases loaded, 2 outs. A batter was up. I was the next one on deck to hit, and I was a pretty good hitter too, pitcher hitter. And he struck out with the base loaded, called third strike. He was one of the coach's brown nosers. They said, "Oh gosh, all right." So the scout, but then I see the scout over there, and he's talking to Jeff, and Jeff's laughing. We lost. We got killed. And he's laughing. What the hell is going on here? Excuse me for my language there. What's going on here? And so the scout comes over to me, and he goes, "Mike, yes, sir." I go, "Thank you for coming to watch us lose." And he goes, "I'd like to come and see you pitch a game. Son. You did a good job, son." He gave me his card, and he was gone.
Wow. And
so I was like, "Wow!" So my friends, my booze buddies, and the new clan I was with, they said, well, "Come on, you get dressed." It was after school. It's late, and you come right up. We'll drive up to Vista, New York, over the line, get beer at night, and then you had to be over. It'd be 18 then, but up in New York, they didn't card you at all. And I was 6 feet. Other friend was 6 feet. We went in there and got the beer. They didn't question us. But anyway, and I just got this being with these buddies. My schoolwork slipped, and I had to catch up so I could graduate that year. And I was going to hand in the paperwork the next day.
Wow.
The guy's name was Kaplan, and I call him the crucifixion of Kaplan's economics. And he was a tough guy on me. So I was okay. So I said, well, I'll go with you guys for the ride, but I'm not going to drink. I'll help you get the beer, but I got to come right back. So I got to be home. I just got my paper done and everything. And my mom and dad are with me now. And I screwed up, and they give me a second chance to get myself back together. So I said, okay. So we drove up there. We buy the booze. We get in the car, and my friend had a Triumph GT6, 2-seater hardtop. It was pumped up for speed. He peels out of the lot. Just Ted and I were in his car, And Dave and the rest of the group were in this mom's station wagon following us. So he's going down the road. I'm looking across the dial between 90 and 100. You know, the old song says, the telephone poles look like a picket fence. That's what it looked like.
Wow.
And I'm using choice language, telling him to slow the car down. He does the gears lock, hits the brakes lock. Going to skid, he's going to cross the street. There's a big pile of dirt there and a big black shadow. Well, we hit the pile of dirt. I flipped in the black shadow. And the headlight on the driver's side, the door, where it hit the black shadow was a bulldozer. They don't move.
Yeah.
With a plow. And it was pushed in from the headlight to the hinges. I was looking, I put my legs on the dashboard to brace myself. Because on the passenger side, you have nothing to hold on to. And so, the engine came through the bottom of my seat. The doctor said if I didn't take my legs and put them on the dashboard, I would have lost them both at the sockets. Because the engine came through at the bottom of my seat.
Wow.
So that's that was after I was in a coma for 7 weeks or 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm. And it was ironic because that day, I had a physical that day. I was 185 pounds, 6 foot 4 3/4. Your body stretches when you're laid, you sleep at night, your body stretches. And I know I lost all my muscles. I went down to 66 pounds in 6 weeks. Wow.
Because you're being fed intravenously. My arms now I have more muscle than my legs had at that time. Look like a stick figure. And I went down to 66 pounds, and your body stretched. I was 6'6", and 66 pounds. So I grew a little bigger, and all I could do when I came out of the coma, all I could do was roll my eyeballs, and that was it.
Wow.
My dad would come in the room, and you see how I was coherent. He'd say, "Where's the door?" I point my eyes. "Where's the window?" I couldn't talk, so I had a trach. And I was like, after that, it was like, what I saw in the coma, by being in a coma, there's no sense of time in a coma.
Sure.
I thought it was the next day when I woke up. But it was 6 weeks later. Yeah. And as I saw, it was like changing channels on a TV set. I was playing baseball, playing basketball. I was water skiing. I went to a dance. My first kiss. Now I was really lost.
Wow.
I'm going, come on, what am I doing? I'm saying, God, please get me out of here. I'll be good. I promise. I'll change my ways. But it's like, wow. And I hear people talking. A nurse just dumped her boyfriend. When I was able to talk again, later on when I got out of the coma, I go, "How's your ex-boyfriend?" He says, "How do you know?" "You just dumped him the other night." Because I thought it was the other night. It's "Oh no, that was weeks ago." "Oh, you were in the coma and I was talking with you." See, you hear things.
Oh,
My
wow.
dad came in the morning every day and read me the sport page. I remember some of the scores verbatim, some of the stories he read verbatim of the Yankees and when this Yankees lost, Yankees win this, and the other. And I remember, the mind is a very tricky thing.
Yeah.
I say my body shifted into neutral, but my mind was kept going. So when I came out of the coma, I had to get my mind, my body back, and that was 66 pounds. You fold me and put me in an envelope and mail me home.
Yeah, it's interesting because at one end you felt like when you woke up, it was just the next day, but then it almost seems like you had a lifetime while you were in the coma. You had all these experiences, like you said, playing basketball, playing baseball. Yeah. When you were let's say if you were experiencing that, did you feel like it was a dream or did you feel like you were in real life, like really just playing baseball? And then
I felt it was right there. And wow, I thought it was right there. It's but I didn't feel anything. And also, when I was in that coma, what else is going on? I was running on a big field of green grass. It was green because and I was running. Now, there was no sun in front of me, but it was brightly lit all around me. So the sun had to be behind me, but there was no shadow on the ground in front of me.
Interesting.
I couldn't figure it out. I just kept running. I didn't. That's something that why
Did you?
Maybe I'm running towards the light or something. I'm running for. I'm looking for it. And just before I came out of the coma, I saw the light.
Like a tunnel of light, or just like a
the light and the sun like rose there. I ran towards it, and then I woke up. The light, that was it. The doctor that night, the emergency room doctor, was supposed to give you your hope and oh, it'll be all right. He says to my dad, "Be prepared. Your son's not going to make it."
Wow.
The emergency room doctor, the last guy, the last toll, you're not going to make it.
Yeah. When you were there and you saw these experiences like playing baseball, basketball, were those new experiences, or was that like past experiences and you're reviewing your life, or was that like you were just playing a new game, like something new that happened?
It was like I was in there. I was just like, it was like a flash. Like I'm on the mound, holding the ball, ready to pitch. I didn't really playing the game. Just put me in different areas like that. I said, "You're playing baseball now." And then I shifted out and playing basketball now, making a basket. That's it. It just maybe it was just telling me you used to play basketball, make your shots. You used to pitch, you're a good pitcher. You used to hit, good hitter, and you're gonna lose all that now, or something. I don't know. You last way of seeing it. You had all this. Maybe saying you had all this. Now what are you gonna do? You can't do it now. So what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm. Did you also have any sense of like happiness or unhappiness? Do you recall any of that? Like you were disappointed or like I said, some people are saying like when they have this near-death experience, they're in a light and they're super happy and everything's amazing.
No, I know. No. I'm just there. It's all right. I don't feel like, wow, there's lights there. Read for the light. No, I'm not. I wasn't that like that. I was in a common Joe, not no light there. Right. I was just okay. This, I was like, it's just,
While you were there, did you realize that you were in a coma or possibly dead, or do you have any idea of where you were or who you were at the time?
Well, while I was in the coma, I heard a voice, and it had to be God.
Okay.
Because God said, "Mike, you have to put yourself back together and get, I'll help you. You have to shoot for the sun. And I just, everybody now, shoot for the sun." He said, "Shoot for the sun in everything you do. Because even if you miss, you land among the stars. And that is a great place to be." I'm at the stars now. I kept shooting for the sun. I come back and I'm out of it. God gave me those directions and said, "Go for it." He's my leader. He led me to that. He said, "Shoot for the sun, everything you do." That was probably I was running towards that. I was running towards the sun. And I got there. I came out of it. I came back in stages. I had to learn from my mistakes. What did I learn?
So let me recap that. When you were in that field and you were running and you had the light behind you and you didn't have any shadow in front of you, you were running. Is that when you heard the voice tell you that shoot for the sun? And then after you heard that, the sun came out and then you ran for the sun?
I was running, but then it came out after a while. So then it came up. Yeah. Then it came up after a while. It came up. There's no sense. And then I heard it, and that phrase just skipped over in and out, over and over in my brain. Keep shooting for the sun, like shoot for the sun, shoot for the sun, shoot for the sun, go for it. And I was running, and then I don't know how long it was, but then I saw the light, and then I woke up.
Oh, it's amazing. After you woke up after the coma, how long did it take you to rehab and put yourself back together?
I was, they were giving me a long time, but I got better fast. I just started doing stuff. Things were coming back to me. And the accident happened. I was in the hospital about a total of 7.5 months total. Being in coma, almost 7.5 months, and they were giving me like 2 or 3 years to be there because I was really that bad. But I just got better. Like the very first time, you first have to get on all fours. I was in an all hospital first, and they wanted me to get the therapist wanted me to get weight on my feet when I was able to get my feeling back and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They put you on a stand-up table.
Yeah.
The Frankenstein table, as I call it.
Yeah.
You put it in, and they elevate the table into a standing position. And I had no sense of balance either. I was scared. I was screaming. I was screaming in pain. Like standing on your feet. You're not standing on your feet for 7 weeks, 6, 7 weeks. And then you're standing. All of a sudden, whoa, holy, that hurts.
Wow.
My cords, they were tight. All my cords. They had to put plastic slats down my arms to keep when you lose your muscle, all the cords just like that. The cords in the back of your foot, pull your foot straight. And so in this one, I'm right-handed. It snapped that plastic slat there, and like that. I was like that for a long time. And like for a long time, when I first started eating again, when I went to Gaylord Hospital, that's the rehab hospital in Wallingford, Connecticut, they make you do stuff on your own, so you got to learn how to deal with it, except you have a handicap. Now work with it. And I put like plastic silverware holders on my hands so I could eat myself. Mm-hmm. Before I couldn't do that. I was only being fed intravenously in the coma. That's why I lost all that weight.
Right. I would have said it probably took you 6 months to gain a lot of that weight back?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, because just everything. I was like, see, the hospital didn't give you vitamins. My mom and dad would put vitamins in my, and they'd sneak them in there.
Yeah.
My mom and dad, they became special. The doctor, the neurologist who saved my life that night, was amazed at how my dad knew so much. He just studied on the body and how to physical therapy and everything. He wanted to make my dad a therapist there at the hospital because he knew so much. But my dad, no. I'm only helping Mike.
So while you were in a coma, did they have to do surgeries on you? Did you have any broken bones or anything, or just maybe the injury that happened to your head? Maybe your head, had a massive concussion and your head shook around and that put you into the coma?
Well, when the cuff was over and bang, I hit the back of my central nervous system. I was balled up like this because I didn't want anything to get torn off. So I just balled myself up. And when the cuff was over and it came down into the bulldozer, I hit the back, my central nervous system in the back of my neck. Mm-hmm. That's where the karate guys hit you. That knocked me out.
Right.
That would knock me out. And I had a brain fracture, and 1 to 10, the doctors gave it a 15.
Oh, wow.
That's how bad it was. Mm-hmm. And I looked like I had no plastic surgery. It all healed. It looks like, if you saw my picture after that, I don't know if there's a picture around anymore, but it looked like I got hit in the face with a hatchet, right down top of the forehead, mm-hmm. like this, and cut my ear into 3 pieces. Mm-hmm. And they just taped it together that night. And they had it. And to relieve the pressure on the brain, because my brain on my head was swelled, if they didn't do that, my brain would come out my ear. They had to drill 2 burr holes in my skull. Right. It all healed. No plastic, no plates or anything. It all healed. I'm a good healer. I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, you're a strong guy. Did you break your legs or anything? Because you said you had your legs on the dash, or break your hips?
No, I put my feet against the dashboard to raise myself and just balled myself. The only bone I broke was my collarbone. And it's about a half an inch out of place. The doctor said at the time, if you don't have to pitch any baseball games, don't touch it. What you went through, I wouldn't touch anything. Mm-hmm. Okay, Doc, I'll go here. I'll go here on this one.
Uh-huh. What about the driver? What happened to him?
Okay, he got cuts and scratches.
That's it.
He was out of the hospital about a week, 2 weeks. And my book, this person that's reading it, she got chapter 4. She goes, I heard about that guy, your friend Ted. Do you still see him? You still talk to him? I said, read the book. Because in the book tells what happens to him. I go, because Ted, my first week home from Gaylord Hospital, I went to an all-hospital to Gaylord Hospital. And 3 weeks before you discharge from Gaylord, they let you come home on weekends. You come back for therapy Monday through Friday. And the first week at home, I saw him that day. That Friday, that day, I saw him. That night, he died in a house fire.
Oh, wow.
He went out that night drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Came home, put a steak in the oven. It was an old house, and it caught fire, went up like a tinderbox.
Wow.
And like I still can't explain, maybe the wrong guy got in the accident. I don't know. Maybe that was there to tell me something, but I don't know what happened. Life's a lot of different doors in life.
Yeah, it's very mysterious.
Yes.
Do you feel like you've gained any abilities from this? Like anything that you weren't able to do before the accident?
I have patience. Patience now. I don't jump at things anymore. Like I see things going on. I see it. I give it a second chance. Mm-hmm. That's it. And I give people second chances and stuff. And I look for second chances. Like, don't burn the bridge. Wait till you cross the bridge.
Mm-hmm. So this happened a long time ago. After you got out, you were, able to walk and talk and eat and everything again. Did you go back and finish high school, or did they just exempt it from you? And what did you do with your life afterwards?
I was being outpatient therapy in Stanford when I got discharged from Gaylord Hospital. I had a half a year to finish. Mm-hmm. So I took a whole year. I was being tutored at home.
So you finally were able to go back and finish high school, and you went to college. And
I went to college. I first went to Norwalk Tech, got my electrical engineering degree. It's a 2-year college.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great.
Then I went to, I got a job as an electrical technician. But then high frequency gave me headaches, probably related to the accident.
Yeah.
Being blown ahead. So I had to change my major all of a sudden. I switched to accounting. Mm-hmm. So I went to a 4-year college, and I take 3 more years, and then I got my bachelor's degree in accounting. Mm-hmm. And that's right now, which I worked for 25 years in the Westport tax collector's office. Wow. As a tax collector, accountant. And just an accountant doing the. I'm not the strong guy going around and knocking on doors. No, I do the accounting. Mm-hmm. But I'm very happy with that. And doing good.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
I would like to get this book and everything going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to ask. So when did you start writing the book?
I first wrote the book about 25 years ago. I wrote a little book, 39 pages. I self-published it, called Why Me, Why Now?
All right.
And the day of the accident, the up to Vista and my recovery, and that's it. And just tell the story. I want to get it off my chest, get it out there. Like the elephant off your back or a monkey off your back, and just tell a story, and maybe help people. And people read this. And they had their kids read it and everything. Okay, but and then I wanted to get a screenplay. Mm-hmm. And I put a note on Facebook. Yeah. And I'm looking for a screenplay writer, and a friend of Julia's contacted me and told me her name, and I contacted her, and we hit it off great. Good friends now, and we did the screenplay. The screenplay is like wow, and just like the book, and it's going to open a lot of people's eyes to the suffering and the problems that go on. I hope it just would help people, and just, they say, hold on, I'm not going to go down the road. I see this happening to me. Don't be on defense all the time. Just hold it. Mike's story was something like that. Yeah. Well, let me see. I want to try to show people it can happen to anybody. Because I thought I crossed all my T's, dotted all my I's. Hey, nothing's going to happen to me, but it happened.
Yeah. Have you guys started going into production with this screenplay, or is that still a work in progress?
I would say it's a work. Oh, we've got it done. Now we just have to want the book to take off first and get the screenplay and off. I feel the way it's all been going, everything's been falling as it's ready. Mm-hmm. Now the book, with you, just talking with you on this, mm-hmm. It's at that time. It's ready for that now. No.
Yeah, it makes sense that maybe you'll generate a lot of interest first with your book.
Yes, that's it. I don't want to snowball it, mm-hmm. and they get lost in the snow somewhere. No, yeah. I want them to just hold it and see. Yeah, okay, that's the book. I got to see this. I want to see what it is in life now.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I had an author once a guest that he had written like 20 something books, and he told me writing books is easy, but marketing the book is much harder than actually writing the book. Have you found that to be true?
Yes.
Have you been going on a lot of podcast interviews?
I've just started, and on YouTube, and it's like I've been pulling for this for 40 years. Yeah. It's not all coming together now. Just, thank you. It's like, it's all coming together. It's like, it's time now. Mm-hmm. It's the time for the big one.
Yeah. Have you found, or did you find that when you were writing the book with the screenplay that you were remembering other things that happened during your coma that you'd forgotten?
Yes. Like a lot of times, Julie would even say, wow. I said, hold it. I remember something else here now. And I would just start, and she just writing it all down. So I'm talking. It's like I'd remember one part of it, and I said, yes, in this part, yes, in this part, yes, in the coma, and I went on. Doesn't mean I got the knock on the head. Mm-hmm. I'm happy I'm here because I got my degrees and everything now. I was able to get everything going, but I lost something. I must have lost something, which is a very small percent, which I cannot carry on. At least a good conversation now.
Right. Can you give me an example of something that you had, that you'd forgotten that you remembered when you started writing the book with Julia?
Let me see. When I was in the car with Ted in the accident, I remember balling up, and I just remember I put you needed a crowbar to open my mouth. So I didn't want to. I was so scared of getting anything torn off. It was like in a split second, I just, like that, and balled up, and I felt like my face explode. And I found out that's when the mirror hit me down there and looked like I hit in the face with a hatchet. Mm-hmm. So top of the forehead, right around, just coming here in three pieces like that. Mm-hmm. That brought me all back. Mm-hmm. There are things that I guess maybe your body or your mind don't want you to dawn on. I want you to get better. Is if you dawn on it, the disappointments and the losses will never come back.
Yeah.
I took what I had left, put it into a basket, and I had built myself, my body, everything back. So I went down and I had to build everything back. I was like 66 pounds, and I had to build everything back. I lost all my muscles. I had to say goodbye to my baseball career.
Yeah.
So I wrote songs. Mm-hmm. I wrote a song, The Big One. And that's on my website, shootforthesun.com.
Okay.
It's got I've written a play. I co-wrote a play. I Don't See My Shadow. And the guy who plays me as a teenager, my daughters call him a mini me because he looks just like me. Yeah. I said, oh, well, okay. But it's got 3 songs. It's got a little videos on there relating to the accident and relating to my recovery. Mm-hmm. And it's like Tom and Julie helped me with that. They were big help. I'm just happy. Like everything is right. Like it was time for me to get going. So you meet the right people, the experts, because I couldn't have thought I'd do that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
So got it straight to me saying, this is where you go now. And it was right in their direction. And it keeps coming up to this. And it's great. I'm really happy.
Is the book already out for sale? And if so, where do we find it? Like, is it on Amazon or?
It's on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Barnes & Noble.
Okay.
It's also on my website. shootforthesun.com.
shootforthesun.com. All right. Do you have a Facebook page that people can find out more about it as well?
Yes.
Is that also Shoot for the Sun?
Shoot for the Sun, yes.
And I believe you said you had a YouTube channel. Is that correct?
I don't have a channel, but I'm on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm on YouTube. I was interviewed before by Patricia Barker. Yeah, Patricia Barker. And that's on YouTube now. And that was very good. She's a very nice person.
Are you considering creating a YouTube channel?
Yes.
Yes. That's a good idea. I recommend that.
I want to help people because what I went through, what I had, over 98% of the people who had what I had, their next step is the graveyard.
Yeah.
They make that the graveyard.
Right.
There's nothing else. Over 98%. On 1 point, minuscule percent who are a survivor.
Right.
And I was a survivor, so I was put here for a purpose. And I want purpose. My purpose is to help people out.
Yeah, I think it's great. After your experience, do you fear death now, or you do, or you don't?
Yeah. As I say, it's a part of life.
Yeah.
If it's my time to go, God will take me. But God didn't want me yet. No, Mike, you got something else to do here.
Right.
Maybe it's just I thought maybe it was just to write that book or just to get it going, but he wants to do more now. He wants to get the story out there and show people. There's a lot of crap going on in the world right now. Have a positive effect on people, showing that positive things happen.
Do you have any message for the people? Like, is there something that you, besides helping people, do you have a message that you want to get out to the people?
Yes. This is what I live by. I tell everybody this. And they look, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, shoot for the sun in whatever you do. Because even if you miss, you land among the stars, and that is a great place to be.
Yeah, I love that. I really love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, that's something like you kind of want to write and put up on your wall, just to always remember that.
Yeah, I haven't embedded it in my mind. I was like, I'll never forget that. It's just it's like shoot for the sun. Like maybe you don't get there. It started. It's a great place. You're going for it. You're not a quitter.
Right.
You got to go for it. Any way you do it, anything you do. Mm-hmm. One of the things I did that messed me up really bad in my life, that started me going bad in my grades in school, and I had to work for get that paperwork done. I was working on. I was walking in people's shadows, trying to be part of the crowd.
Yeah,
I got lost in those shadows.
Right.
And almost lost my life. I'll tell people that also. Shoot for the sun and don't walk in people's shadows.
Yeah.
Walk in your own light.
Yeah.
Shine your light on other people who are in shadows. Shine it.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to take it? Come on. I'm going to shine.
Yeah, I really like that a lot. As you said that, I was thinking that, and then you said exactly what I was thinking. We're having telepathy here.
Oh, really?
All right, Mike. Well, it has been a pleasure speaking to you today. You are a really awesome guy. I enjoyed our conversation. I wish you massive success, not only with the book, but with the screenplay. I hope it turns into a big time movie. Maybe we can get Brad Pitt to play you. You never know.
Never know.
And I really wish you the best.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, and
talking with you.
Thank you.
I just thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Get my story out.
Yes, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you, and have a great weekend.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.